What time is it, man?
Um,
What's that?
7:51. All right, we are getting our stuff down and heading out. We just got dropped off by the shuttle since we're putting in at a different place for taking out. But we're on our first, I guess you call it portage, because going from the parking lot. Excited to get going. Let's go. Also, I already am getting a big bruise because I dropped the pack on myself. So, you know, nice little start, but it's okay. It can only go up from here. And we are off on our first river. We are on, what is it? Little Indian Sioux River. This is where we started. The landing was not so great, but good thing we're not coming back here. We're starting our trip. So if you watched the last vlog or you're familiar with Minnesota, you know that portages are measured in rods. And 320 rods is 1 mile. So 80 is a fourth of a mile. If I do my math right? I think so. So this portage is exactly 80 rods. So exactly a quarter mile. That is really not bad at all. The one we did before, I think, was 40 rods. So not bad. To me, they start feeling long at like half mile, 3/4 of a mile. But I think our longest portage that we'll do this trip is not even a mile. So that will be great. And you're probably thinking, Anna, what in the world? A mile isn't even long. But when you have a huge pack on your back or a canoe on your head, it feels longer than it really is. But this is what we're portaging around. It's beautiful. I think that was the first portage in my entire existence that I didn't get a bug bite. So love these portages by the water with the breeze. It honestly is pleasant. Right as we're coming out of the river, there's a bald eagle. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. First bald eagle of the trip. On the eagle's nest. Way up there. There's something in it too because it was screeching, so we're waiting to see if it goes again.
Oh, there it is.
It's going. Wow. It's up there. See the white head. We're doing our longest and possibly last portage of the day around some more rapids. And yeah, this could be our last portage. We're going to Lac La Croix, which is where Canada is. So pretty. And then we'll end up on Little Loon Lake, where we're hoping to get a campsite that has a nice little beach area to swim, or we're also kind of trying to beat a storm. So we'll see what happens. We're getting hungry. How's it going so far?
Going great.
It's not a Johnston snack break without peanut butter M&Ms. Made it to a beaver dam. Yeah.
Come on over this way. Just gotta look over right here.
Right here there's another eagle, and it's on the beaver lodge. Let's see, it's just looking around. Oh, there it goes. It's right here. It's eating a fish on the beaver lodge, and another one is flying up there. There it is. Wow. There's another one. There's the other one. He is a big one. Here's our only view of Canada for the trip. That dark island right there. Over there is Canada. We're staying over here. This is when mental toughness sets in with the waves and the hip mobility gets tested. Hopefully this wind will move so it goes behind us. And a quick turn of this is pouring. Well, I just burned my calories for the day. It started thundering really loud, like echoing all around. And so we put it in to third gear and we made it to our campsite. Here we are. It's a lovely view. It has a little beach down there, but we're gonna get a tarp set up just in case it rains again. And I'm going to massage my traps. And we got it up first night.
That's it cold.
Yeah. While I was swimming the lake, Dad and Cooper went out fishing in their canoe, and Cooper caught a walleye, his first walleye out here. So now we're official Boundary Waters people, and about 10 smallmouth bass between Cooper and my dad. So that's awesome. And I got a nice little swim in, try to refresh whatever's going on here. And now I got the comfy clothes on, chilling, and we're about to eat because your girl is hungry. Our driver told us that this year the bugs and mosquitoes aren't as bad. And so far, we're definitely finding that to be true. Now, this campsite has a lot of those deer flies, the big ones that are like, bzzz. Okay, don't think y'all need that reenactment, but you got it anyways. So there's a lot of the bzzz, but not the mosquitoes. So far, that is a huge win for this girl and everybody else. We will see what the night and tomorrow entails, but things are looking up. People that I know assume that the worst part of Minnesota is the latrine, and I can totally see how that could be considered the worst part. To me, that's not the worst part. The worst part is canoeing against wind or the mosquitoes that are swarming my head right now, but here is what a latrine looks like. Yes. It's just here in the middle of the woods. Usually we put a thermocell around it to try to get the bugs away, which really helps. That's definitely a good hack. But we just take the roll, like the cardboard, out of the middle of our toilet paper, and you do your business right here in the middle of the woods. It's really not that bad.
Yummy. By the way, that has to all get eaten. Sorry. Oh.
These could have been walleye.
They had walleye burritos.
And smallmouth. Lots of them.
I never even had any. Amazing.
They're good.
Yummy bean burritos. Dinner is served.
Where we have a little soap. Ooh, snagged.
What is that?
Smallmouth.
Eee.
Yay. Got a pike.
Ooh. He's pretty. He's stuck in the grass.
Yeah.
As long as
There he goes.
There goes. There is a spider on my underwear. Ugh. There's a little beaver swimming in front of our campsite. It's like we're in Narnia. You might be wondering how we do our food. Well, we use an earth sack as a part of our bear-proof food storage system. And Ursac was so kind to send us this one because we love the other one so much. This one is their new one called the Almighty, so it's bear and critter proof because we've been hearing a lot of squirrels. All you have to do is tie it to the tree. You rig it up with a carabiner, and there's instructions on the website. But bears can't get through this. Critters can't get through this. We love it because there's no swinging pulleys up in the trees. There's none of that. All you got to do is just tie it to the tree, and your food is safe.
So we started here at entry point 14 at Little Indian Sioux, and you see the line, but that's from a previous trip that we had in 2021. But we did the same first day we did in 2021. So came down the Little Indian Sioux River, a little portage. That one wasn't too bad. Continued on. We hit a beaver dam in here somewhere. We had to lift over, and then through Upper Paw Nest, 40-yard portage was really easy. And we came and we ate a snack here at Devil's Cascade. There's a nice view. You could see the rapids coming down, and continuing on. So we took a little break there. Then hopped back on the river, continued down Little Indian Sioux. By the time we got here, it was quite windy. So we kept on traveling through here. Saw some people fishing right there. I don't know if they were catching anything. Continued on here. It was getting really windy. We got here into Little Loon Lake, and we wanted to go to this campsite at the very end. That was our goal. So when we got here, we pulled out the binoculars to see if anybody was there, because at this point, really strong headwind. So we didn't want to get down all the way to the end of the lake, have to turn around and paddle back to one of these. So we saw it was clear. We paddled hard. The wind came. We got extra motivated to get there when the thunder came. Thunder was all back here, so it was going the other direction, but still added motivation. And then we got to the end of Little Loon Lake. There's a nice beach there, great view of the lake. And along this shoreline to the west, we were really able to hammer the smallmouth bass. I got quite a few across there. End of day one.
Good morning. Just got up to use the bathroom. Everything hurts. My traps and shoulders especially, and it's okay because at least this was the view waking up. Ignore my sleep mask. While we get the water for coffee going, it's bagel time. We usually eat our heaviest meals to our lightest meals, and our heaviest breakfast is bagels, peanut butter, and honey. So that's what we have today, and can't wait for coffee. It's time for the best part of the morning. Wet sock cam. Got the dogs out. Honestly, not too bad this morning. Could be worse. But the shoes will be the real test.
My right foot is bone dry.
All right, we're off for the day. Dad said that this is probably going to be our hardest day because we just have a lot of portages today on a lot of small lakes, but we're off on this portage, which is supposed to be the hardest one. So glad we're getting it out of the way first, just taking it slow with some elevation, and we're getting ready to get this day started. A lot of mud and a lot of smacking mosquitoes on this one. Whew. We just saw some pretty fresh moose prints, and not gonna lie, moose are my favorite animals, but I'd be terrified if I saw one out here. But we'll see. We're keeping our eyes peeled. Whew, tough portage, we made it. Also passed some bear poop. Thankfully, didn't see a bear or a moose. I want to see a moose, but just when I'm in the lake, you know. But now we've got a super muddy portage. If you wanted the size of our packs, there's Mom. Basically, we're a beast. We are just beasts. There we go. We're about to be on Slim Lake, and I've heard about the notorious Slim Shady. It's apparently how it gets with all these beaver dams, so we'll see if it's Slim Shady today or just Slim. Made it to Slim Lake. Muddy portage, but a muddy landing, but we got it. And this is a long, skinny lake. Like I said, at the end is the notorious Slim Shady, so we'll see how it goes. How are you feeling, Dad?
All's well.
Woohoo! This is Slim Shady. We're gonna canoe as far as we can, then we'll probably have to pick it up and go over there. I'm on rock and stick duty. All right, made it through Slim Shady. Oh, rock, I gotta get on my rock duties. And now we're going to pond number 8, something like that. Poor pond didn't get a name. Well, the beaver did a good job, so we gotta take all of our stuff out to get over this. Stepped in knee-deep mud, but you know, we made it through, we hope, most of Slim Shady. We've had a few more portages, but now we're doing this one. It's called Steep Portage, going to Steep Lake, and you definitely can't tell on camera, but it's living up to its name. I haven't filmed in a while because I haven't had much to say, which means one thing: I'm hungry. Thankfully, we're here at lunch now. We just found a rock. And we're gonna get in some calories. Just ate some lunch, got some M&Ms, feeling talkative, feeling not hangry, and we just have a short pouch in the portage, so we're not doing the life jackets. Never mind, we are gonna put them on with the wind. And then 3 more portages today, and then rest. The pro to a lot of wind is that it makes the portages pretty nice. The con is obviously paddling against wind, but you know, we are tough. The Johnston family, we're beasts, and so we are pushing through, even with tired glutes and hammies and everything. Our spirit is strong. But almost to the lake, thank goodness. Then I think just a few more portages after this. We have one 200 rod portage, which will be long, but hopefully not as much elevation that the rest of them have. So, okay. Oh yeah, let's go. Got it all myself. Well, we just portaged around a beaver dam, and now we have a little canoe through lily pads, and we are gonna look for our campsite for the day. There's 4 on an island and then 1 on the land, so we're hoping for one of the island ones. But if not, we'll take what we can get. Hopefully there's one. We've only seen one person all day. We thought we would go the whole day without seeing anybody, so we're feeling good about finding a campsite, and then I can't wait to hang out in my hammock. Made it to our campsite, and I feel like we're in Frozen right now. I feel like these guys could just roll around and turn into little trolls. Anybody there? We're on an island, so everything is just around. It is beautiful up here. Our tent will go here, and there's so many big rocks. It's a beautiful sight. This latrine is literally like a golden throne. It's just straight in the sun. Somebody could probably see you too, but you know, it's fine. We got eggs scrambling, rice and veggies warming up right here. And we're gonna make us some stir fry. Dinner is served. Yippee! Now gonna mix it all up.
Sacrificing your life.
S'more time.
Day 2. So we started at Little Loon Lake, and we knew, and we've done this line before in a previous trip, so we knew what it was like, and knew that this first portage out of Little Loon is a leg burner because it is steep for a long time in here. So we ate a good breakfast, came across the lake, hit this portage fresh. Glad we were fresh because it wasn't easy, but we made it through, and got to Slim Lake. And Slim Lake is one of our favorite lakes that we've been to. Just this long, skinny lake, and we had really nice wind going through here too, so that worked well. So we go through Slim. We hit Slim pretty quickly. Again, real pretty lake. Got cliffs on the side. Then we get to the end of Slim, and we're in our trip in 2021. We portaged part of it. The water was a lot lower, so we had to portage part of it, and then we had to really wade our boat and pole our boat all the way through. But this time, instead, we were able to, we had to get out several places and a couple beaver dams, but we were able to slowly pick our way through this without portaging. Made our way to Section 8 Pond, came across, and then this portage coming in the South Lake, we knew from previous experience was really, really muddy on the end of it. So we were prepared for that. But we made it in. We found, to our wonderful delight, that someone had put down, stones all the way down. It was like a sidewalk running all the way through all the mud. So we put in at the end. That was great. Whoever did that, thank you. South Lake, very pretty lake. We came through. Then this portage going into Steep, very aptly named, very steep portage. Another leg torture, but we made it up this into Steep Lake. Steep Lake is a very pretty lake. We enjoy it. We enjoy the cliffs on Steep Lake, and it's a clear lake. It's really nice. So we came through Steep Lake, had a short 45 rod portage, which it was not that difficult. Into Eugene, another very pretty lake with a real clear water. And then a previous trip, we went north from here and went on the Gun. But here we pulled south. We really did. We were looking for this campsite to eat lunch, and I'm sure it's buried in there somewhere, but it wasn't real easy, obvious to us. So we ate lunch somewhere along here, pull off to the side, because by this point, after a few steep portages, we needed some lunch. So we had good lunch, drank a lot of water, all were happy. Then searched for this portage, found it, popped over into Little Bear Track Lake, which we really liked. A little bear track, but we just came right across it. By this point, the wind had shifted. We had a really nice tailwind coming this way. Then into Bear Track, and when we got to Bear Track, we were looking for this portage and accidentally came down and got into this bay for a little bit. Should have come right across, but anyway, we made this. Then we had a 200 rod portage. From looking at the topographic lines, we knew it was going to be a pretty flat portage, and it just had some length to it. So we girded our loins and headed off to our 200 rods, and really a nice, pleasant portage. It was different. The forest was different. It was a lot more open through here. Saw what we think were some moose tracks coming through here. Oh, we saw some bear scat somewhere up in here. I think some bear scat and moose tracks on this. But so made this long portage. It doesn't feel like 200 rods. A few little ups and downs, but for the most part, mostly flat. Hit Thumb Lake, and we knew we were headed towards Finger Lake. So hit Thumb Lake with a nice tailwind all the way down. And this has a 9-rod portage, but you have to go around an old beaver dam. Looks like it's been there a long time. But we just got off to the side. We popped right over to it. No problem. Finger Lake, we're headed to that campsite, and that's where we're sitting right now. And it is really pretty. You can see these cliffs across the side. Those are quite nice. And we've had wind most of the day coming up through here, which has cooled off our campsite really well. No bugs, haven't seen many mosquitoes at all.
Good morning. It's very early. I'm very tired. I'm able to move a little bit better today, so that's a good sign. But it's pretty early. It's 5:25. We have a longer paddling day today, and we would just like to have some time at camp this afternoon to chill. So we're already packing up camp. We'll get going. And my first step is getting some coffee. Got a beautiful sunrise this morning. All right, got our canoeing clothes on and feeling a little bit more alive that the sun's coming up. It's a beautiful sunrise this morning, and we're excited to get going for the day. This morning, oh, nice little groan. This morning for breakfast is the homemade protein bars. Yum. What's been your favorite part of the trip so far?
It was fun going to Little Loon Lake, and we caught a bunch of fish over near the shore. We had a beautiful campsite, came back, caught some more fish, just had a great time.
When we saw the eagle nest up on the top and the eagles were in it, and then they swooped over top of us and we could see them take off.
I think my favorite thing so far has been that we are doing hard things together, and it makes me know we can accomplish a lot. And also the little lakes that we've gone on, it makes me think we need to just have a little lake that's just ours.
All right, off on our first portage of the day. I feel like I look like a Boy Scout today, but that's all right. Got to do what you got to do. We just had a quick little paddle to warm up the muscles over to this portage. We got 90 rod portage today. Will be more paddling than portaging, whereas yesterday we had 9 portages. Today I think we have 5 or 6, but they're shorter except for one is longer. This one's 90. Our longest one today is 120. The rest will be like in the 40s and 50s. So excited to get this day going. And yep, it's a very pretty portage by some water. Kind of looks like the Smoky Mountains a little bit. I'm definitely hearing something in the woods. It's kind of freaking me out. Oh, bug. And I can't see anybody but front. Oh, there's Dad. Phew. Yes, I'm good. Oh, we're gonna make it. All right, beaver dam time. Let's see how well we can get over this thing. There we go. All right, should I get out, Dad?
I can't see.
All right. I'm on top of it. Just get out, and then we have to lift it up and over. Let's see. It's getting kind of deep. Pull it. Oh, I'm in. Let's step up here. Should I get in the canoe?
Let's just move AJ.
Huh?
Let's just have ready.
All right, let's see it. I'm just kind of sinking. Oh, nice. Good job.
Oh, I wasn't going to do it. I think I was jumping in the canoe.
I did.
Not bad, right?
I think you can see Dad back there.
Sorry, Beaver. You're in the creek right now.
Yeah. All right. That's how you do it. Don't know how that camera angle was, but nothing noisy. It's definitely a very moosey river, so kind of keeping our eyes out to see if there's one far away. Drinking the water, swimming, that would be pretty cool. I think. Oh yeah. Mom's got it too. Mom's a beast. Good job, Mom. All right. Mom and I are taking the canoes. Got the canoe. This time, Mom's got it behind me. She is a beast. And we're just going right over here to the next lake. I'm hearing some tree scraping. That was easy. The yoke is way better.
Oh, good. Yeah, just
Easy money. Not hard at all. This good?
no, turn back away. Face out.
Oh,
Now I gotta get up.
okay. 3, 2, Mom is a beast.
It's good footing. You can keep coming out.
Let's go. Great job. Woo. Well, this is a huge beaver dam. I mean, that's got to be a few feet high. This one will be fun to get over. This is crazy. Beavers are impressive. So we're going around the beaver dam, carrying it over as we try not to sink down to our waist. We're gonna have to look up what this is. It might be algae. It's hard to tell on the camera. It's like my camera needs polarized glasses. But there's all this algae looking stuff underneath here. We don't know if it's algae, some type of eggs. But it's very interesting. So we made it down the creek. Gonna portage around some of these rapids. Okay, we've done a couple more portages. We're on a lake. We should probably only have one more portage today, but this lake is supposed to have some pictographs that are pretty faint, but we'll see if we can see them. Got some clouds right now, which is nice. Just pushing along, kind of getting into a rhythm. We made it to our campsite, so we're having a little lunch circle with summer sausage and some M&Ms, the mega ones today. Tang, some fruit, and granola. Woo. I just took my daily little hammock nap, and we joked like, see, we do go on relaxing vacations. Yeah, we do so much that we're exhausted that we're forced to relax. No, it was really nice. I love taking my little hammock nap. Got the little tip from Survivor to use this as like a little eye mask when you sleep, and it makes my nap so much better out here. I'm ready to be cast on Survivor. Everybody drop a comment. Say I should be in Survivor. Kidding, but I should. I'm trying to apply. We reconstituted the stuffed peppers, so here is our dinner.
Day 3. Started this island site on Finger Lake, and it is a really nice site, and we enjoyed being there. And in the morning, we had a nice tailwind. Really, we've had nice tailwind this whole trip, which is very different from all the other trips we've been on. So, made good time down the lake, hit this 90 rodder into Finger Creek, worked our way down Finger Creek full of lily pads. And it seemed shallow. It seems like it should have been, the water should have been higher. You could tell where it's really come down and was muddy. Made it through Pocket Lake, easily found this portage that says 20 rods, but it's not. It's real short. You just pick it up and set it back down. And then we were coming down Pocket Creek, and we could tell that the water was lower there too. It was just real muddy. Turned on to BWCA, talking about really shallow water that we're hitting the bottom with our paddles every stroke, until we hit a beaver dam about right here, which raised the water, a few inches, which really helped coming up through here, till we hit another beaver dam, maybe about right there, I guess. There was a very significant beaver dam. Took quite a bit of work. I almost lost a shoe in the muck there. Cooper was definitely thigh high in it too, so I let him go first, so I learned from his mistakes, and that didn't happen to me. But that really helped. It raised the water level quite a bit, so then it was really easily paddling up BWCA Creek until this portage, not very long portage, but really quite steep, and into BWCA Lake, which is a very clear lake. We enjoyed being there. Paddled through to this 120 rodder. To me, not as steep as the contour show, but it was a steady uphill. On to Green Lake. And Green Lake was a very unique lake. You could tell there were a lot of beaver dams down here. It had and you could see trees all around that had died probably from from years ago, probably from the water level from the beaver dams. But a clear lake. We went through Green Lake, made this portage, which was not too bad, into Rocky Lake. Rocky Lake was very aptly named. There were just rocks all over the place, really cool looking, some cliffs on the side. Um, we had heard that there were some pictographs up in this area. We looked, we couldn't find them. They could have been there, but we didn't see them. And then made this portage, Rocky Lake into Oyster Lake, and we are sitting right now at that campsite on a little isthmus. Um, and we have water on both sides. This is where we ate lunch. We made great time today. The tailwind was nice and things went really well. And we ended up eating lunch here. Um, and we've got a nice view off both sides of our campsite. It's a big campsite. It's nice. Looks like it's pretty well worn. A lot of people have been here at times, but there's plenty of rooms for tents and hammocks and anything else that you want. And, we're looking forward to our last day tomorrow.
Good morning. It is our last day here. We are just getting up and getting going. We woke up last night to look for some stars and also to look for the northern lights. We saw a lot of stars, but had no luck on the northern lights. So we're heating up some water. We're going to eat some oatmeal. Of course, going to have some coffee. And then we don't have too far to get to the car. Just a couple portages, a couple paddles. I think it's like 8-9 miles to get to the car. Now we probably will have some beaver dams to get through, but that's nothing new. We got this. So let's get going. Alright, leaving our last campsite. We have a longer portage, a 160, and then a 90, and then one something. Then we'll be done, and a lot of beaver damming today. Excited to get going. It's a very calm and peaceful morning this morning. Just got through this and I had to crawl down the canoe. Now it's their turn.
The princess isn't in yet, so don't.
Go paddle, princess. Wow.
Thanks.
Nice. You did a good job.
That was fun.
We just did a longer portage from Lake Agnes and now we're paddling into the Moose River. There's a lot of birds here. All right, we've been paddling for a while, done a few portages, and we decided to make a lunch stop. So we pulled up on this campsite. We reminisced where 6 years ago I crashed out on this lake, but we're gonna eat a snack. And then we don't have too much farther till the car. All right, we are on the Moose River after a couple different portages. This one is really windy and there's a lot of beaver dams, so it's kind of slow, kind of feels like you're on an Olympic course. And I gotta dig in a little bit, but that's part of the fun. This is our last body of water until the car. We're making good speed down it. Almost hit a crash out. Ugh, sorry, because these flies have just been buzzing around my head for 4 straight days. Just bzzz. And they pick me, and it's so annoying, but it's okay. I didn't crash out because I'm tougher than that. And almost made it back to the car. All right, we are starting our last portage, which is just to the car. It's always sad, hit the last portage, but also accomplishing because we did it. We're almost there. And when we get back, we're gonna go to Ely, drop off our stuff, and you know we're going to Two Harbors and getting us some Betty's pies. So that'll happen in a few hours. Got that to look forward to. It's been a great trip. Got my portage buddy. The grouse is chasing us.
It was charging us.
It was literally charging. Okay, walk slowly. I don't want to get pecked by. Oh, it's coming back. It's clucking at me. Ah! Oh my word. It's literally charging me.
Get out.
Hold on. Here.
Oh my word! Yes. Get out!
We're probably close to this nest or
Go,
something.
go, go,
Go,
go.
run.
Go.
Get out.
Go. Go.
Get out. Oh my word. All right, we survived the grouse attack and we made it back to the car. So we're gonna load up and go get some pie. Thanks for following our adventure.
All right, we started the day right there in our nice campsite on Oyster Lake. No wind this morning, beautiful paddle across Oyster. Hit this portage, it was kind of tucked in some trees there. We found it, came across to Oyster River, and this was a really pretty paddle all the way down. We thought for sure we were going to find a moose. It was so moose looking, but alas, no moose. But we made it through to this portage, 160, nice and muddy on this side. Not hard to get in, but muddy. But then we finished the side on Lake Agnes, beautiful sand beach to finish the portage. Probably the best place to put your canoe in and get in the water. Wonderful there. Made this short paddle till we got to Nina Moose, full of reeds and lily pads all the way through, but pretty river coming up. Hit the portage, it through here, had a snack right about there. Continued on to Nina Moose Lake, where we had headwind for the first time. Pulled over into this nice campsite on the, well, I say it's nice. It was nice for lunch. And we had lunch here on the point. Then we decided to make our way across to Moose River. Came across, you have to search through all the lily pads, but we found it. Quite a few beaver dams we had to jump over. The beavers are quite active on Moose River. Up through, pretty uneventful, slow going because you got to make a lot of sharp turns. Going through, easy portage, another easy portage till we got to 160 on the way back, where we found a very territorial grouse about halfway through, which made added a little humor and incident to the middle of our portage. Then we finished on easy portage, probably the easiest 160 you're going to find. Back to the car. Day 4.